The 2025 Australian Grand Prix. The only word that can be used to describe this race is utter chaos. It was set out to be a great race from the start, with rain being forecast and a ton of storylines to follow, and it absolutely delivered. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, and let's start at the beginning of the weekend. Practice went on as expected, with shit being sprayed all over the track every 3 seconds, and Behrman winning it instantly. I guess you could say the way he took that corner was unbearable. But anyways, McLaren slapped everyone and we continued into FP2, where the Behrman torture continued as he missed the session entirely because the mechanics couldn't stitch his car together fast enough. And we of course had even more shit sprayed all over the track. Cool. In FP3 however, things got serious and the hype levels were unmatched as everyone was within touching distance of each other, not that kind of touching, as we had 6 different teams in the top 6. Oh, and Behrman completed the cock and ball torture trilogy by spinning off into the gravel and instantly missing FP3. What is going on? Qualifying. The first competitive session where we get to find out that yes, the McLaren MCL39 does indeed fuck. But that comes later because first we had Lawson feeling Perez coming inside of him, or the other way around, I honestly couldn't tell you. So he did exactly what I told him he shouldn't do in the last video. Like, to a T, it's almost impressive. I said he shouldn't do something stupid, he did something stupid. I said he shouldn't crash, he crashed. And I said don't qualify 18th, and guess what? He fucking qualified 18th. Which even that turned into a pit lane start because Red Bull decided to turn him into a test driver. At this point, if you replaced Lawson's name with Perez in every graphic, no one would have been able to tell the difference. We also had the cameraman unable to keep his dick in his pants and spotting Sainz's girlfriend instantly. Oh, and would you believe it, the Behrman trilogy became a tetralogy as his gearbox was still broken, so he didn't even get to qualify and he had to start from the pit lane to add insult to injury. Kimi Antonelli also got out of Q1 because he was using the track as a cheese grater for his floor and kindly left a trail behind so that Stroll doesn't forget which racing line he's supposed to be taking. And we also witnessed the absolute GOAT Bortoleto out-qualifying Hülkenberg and getting to Q2 even though he's driving a chicane on wheels. Oh, and we learned that Haas forgot the first letter of their name and just became ass. Haas going back to their 2021 form was not in my bingo card, I'll tell you that much. But anyways, we go into Q2, where Ferrari of course noticing that the pace is not all there, pulled an absolute classic.
Hamilton, if you truly want to become a Ferrari driver, you must first learn the way off. Sbinalla.
And ruined Doohan's lap and like a billion other people too, ensuring that both Ferraris survive Q2, only for them to end up in 7th and 8th anyway. Behind a V-Carbon and Williams no less. But let's take a moment to appreciate that last part right there. We had a double Williams Q3 right off the bat, and Yuki dragging his nuts across Helmut Marko's face. Absolutely beautiful. This qualifying session is going great, everyone is so close, like I wonder who's gonna... Oh. Okay. Well, maybe that was just Oh boy, we're in for a long season, aren't we? It's race day, and you could feel the tension in the air, but what you could also feel is rain. Yeah, that's right, rain, Albert Park Turn 1, Lance Stroll, and 6 rookies. Oh, 5 rookies it is. In all seriousness though, I still can't believe Hadjar just had a shorter time between the start of his career and his first crash than Nikita Mazepin. At least that guy made it 2 corners. But yeah, close enough. Welcome back, Nick De Vries. To be fair though, it was a wet street track and he at least cried about it, unlike Mazepin and Nick. But we all knew that Hadjar's crash was merely a warning shot for the chaos that was lying ahead, because we still had awful conditions and 6 rookies. And sure enough, 5 corners into the first lap, Jack Doohan didn't do so well. Alright, enough terrible jokes. Alright, who wants to bet how many more races Doohan is getting before getting sacked? I say 4 more races, but that's just me. This crash obviously brought out the safety car, under which Carlos Sainz proceeded to bin it too. I guess no one is safe, not just the rookies. But what a heartbreak that must be, to crash under the safety car on your first race for a new team. I guess the revenge arc will have to be put on hold until next week, but such is life. At least he made it that far. But anyways, the race got underway and it was... We got like 4 overtakes over the course of the first 35 laps, with Verstappen quickly falling off, leaving the 2 McLarens up ahead by themselves, with the only entertaining thing that happened during those laps being the Ferrari team radio.
I have the seat full of water, like full of water.
Must be the water.
We didn't even get to see the McLarens fighting, like, what happened to the papaya rules and all that jazz? Huh, Zach? But anyways, the continued until Alonso fucked it. I mean, seriously guys, the rookies could not catch a break this race. This brought out the safety car, of course, which allowed everyone to switch to dry tires. But to everybody's shock, even more rain was forecast a few laps after the restart, which caused absolute mayhem, with Lando pitting at the perfect time whilst everyone else got completely cooked. Like Tsunoda, who was having a legendary drive up until his strategist decided to take a page out of Ferrari's book. Speaking of Ferrari, here we reach the part of the video where I have to speak about their strategy, which... where do I even start? They pulled a strategic masterclass with both cars thugging out the rain and got a lucky safety car timing after Lawson and Bortoleto binned it, giving us 5 out of 7 rookies out of the race in case you lost count, putting them in prime positions to bag a double podium finish, but unfortunately they pitted under the safety car, dropping them back to P8 and P9. Piastri and Lando then went off track, with Piastri unable to recover until he was a lap down, which was just... He miraculously fought back to finish in the points though, but it sucks nevertheless, because it's his home race and he was doing super well up until then. After that we got a final lap battle, which is absolutely insane considering the godly pace McLaren had the entire time, but it unfortunately ended with Lando winning. Because there wasn't enough laps left, and as much as I was bummed out by this as a Verstappen fan, it actually gave me hope that this season is not over, because the RB21 might be as quick as a tractor, but at least the driver factor might be strong enough to make a difference. But yeah, just wow, look at that top 10. Antonelli went from P16 to P4, which is absolutely insane considering the conditions in the car underneath him. Hulkenberg finished P7 for the My Team livery garbage truck, and Albono, clearly having watched my last video, made sure to shut me up by finishing 5th place for Williams when his teammate didn't even finish a single racing lap. And Lewis Hamilton's first race for Ferrari ended anticlimactically, with him raging at Ricky.
One available.
Yes, I know. Leave me to it, please.
That's for practice. I know it's difficult.
I'm not close enough.
Copy.
I'm not close enough.
And finishing a measly P10. But most importantly of all, Lance Stroll is officially declared the GOAT, and I don't want to hear anything about him being anything but, because he is now ahead of both Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc in the Drivers' Championship. But yeah, overall this was an amazing race full of surprises, and I can't wait for the Bing Chilling Grand Prix next weekend.